Hey everyone, it's Spidey here and welcome to another Spidey's Discussions video. Now in this video we're going to be evaluating and comparing Garry's Mod maps, involving old maps from around 2010 and earlier to the present year. Now, from experience, I do have quite a bit to say on the several maps that I'm going to be talking about in this video, since the majority of them have either been upgraded or modified in some way to make them newer, when in reality they look pretty much the same as the original. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. And to kick things off, we are going to be starting with a very classical and basic sandbox map, which is GM Flatgrass. And as you can see by comparison, in the older version, in the centre of the map, we have a very basic platform, whereas in the present version, we have a similar platform, but curved around the vertices, but from a long distance shot, we end up seeing a bridge-like infrastructure. Now, to be honest, I do prefer the old GM Flatgrass, since the height is very small and you don't fall off accidentally from a very tall height, whereas in the present map, even though you do lose 10% of damage from accidental falls or just falling on purpose, I really think that there could be like ramps installed or something to make the bridge look very, very uniform, shall we say, so that players don't accidentally fall from running too fast off the edge. But I suppose the reason why they designed GM Flatgrass back in 2013 to the present, GM Flatgrass as we know them today, is it because it allows the players to have extra space when they are building. But what does get me is, why don't they just expand the grass shape? So pretty much the outer part of the map without the platform, let's say. But I suppose Face Punch will be thinking of new ways to make GM Flatgrass better. But anyhow, let's move on to our next map. Okay, so for the next map we are going to be looking at GM Construct, which compared to Flatgrass has a vast majority of players playing on it when they are in Sandbox or Dark RP servers back in 2010. And what I have seen in this map is there hasn't really been a lot of change in terms of the representation, as the majority of buildings which you see have still been placed in the same place, just like the original, and even though it does have some decent places to build bases and isn't really as dull as Flatgrass, I would say for an improvement, why not make the grass verge, which is sort of in the centre of the map, a little bit bigger and potentially not have too many buildings really close together. I mean, what I do like about this map is it's got a nice little lake pond kind of design really on the edge. I mean, if Face Punch did decide to make that bigger, or if someone, let's say, developed GM Construct with a bigger, let's say, pond or a bigger grass verge, I would say that would make it really stand out and make it a bit more unique to the original, which would actually bring, I think, a lot more players into this map, and it would allow them to experience, the new look, let's say, of GM Construct. Alright, coming in at the third map, we're going to be taking a look at RP Downtown. This map has become really, really popular on a lot of roleplay servers because of the space to construct and expand bases from within existing buildings. And what I do like about this map is the vast majority of content which it has to offer to new players when it comes to role-playing different jobs and experiencing scenarios from the perspective of real-life events, etc, etc, etc. Now, from experience, I have discovered that this map has been iterated in a lot of ways to make more space for additional commercial areas to be constructed, so that players are not limited to one particular space of the map to build bases or set up base shops, etc, etc. To be completely honest, the only catch I have with this map is that although in some of the sub-versions, where you can drive cars and literally travel across the beach and all the rest of it, unlike the original Downtown map, which was quite limited, I would say because it's so popular now, and even to this day it still will become very, very popular, I think sometimes players will become very, very bored in time of this map, and therefore feel that it doesn't have the real uniqueness anymore to roleplay, which is why a lot of game server communities are really, really trying their hardest to find a decent role-playing map which brings uniqueness to roleplay and to not make players feel that it's just the same old boring map. I mean, I can understand that there are other maps such as Rockford and, you know, Evo City and all the rest. But, of course, since this map downtown has become so popular over the last 13 years, there's going to be a bit of a downhill or a bit of a turnover when players are not really going to be, you know, interested in downtown, but rather move over to maps like Evo City and, you know, Rockford, as I've mentioned just now. For the next map, let's have a look at GMO Benix V3 Final. This map, I have to admit, does come with a level of flexibility and uniqueness, as there is space to combine the concept of sandbox and roleplay as one, since there are buildings with a variety of features designed for roleplay, but also spaces to construct customised bases. What I specifically like about this map is the ability to drive and operate the train system, which gives you the opportunity to explore the map and travel around to various parts, such as flat terrain and rocky terrain, etc, etc. Now, in the very beginning in 2011, when I first discovered this map, I really fell in love with it because it pretty much ruled out the dullness of the majority of maps that I have already discussed in this video that we keep seeing on a regular basis, and therefore it turned my experience upside down in a positive way. And I suppose the only downside really that I would have on this map is the low popularity it has, since this map would really increase the uniqueness that it has to offer and to give players the opportunity to have so much fun and experience new ways of roleplay, and to hopefully inspire others to learn more. To conclude on this video, we can clearly see that there really is room for improvement between the maps we have discussed, and given what we have seen already, if there was more uniqueness, it would really make the maps stand out from what we already know about them in this present time. So anyways, I would like to thank you for watching this video, and please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to my channel. Follow my other social media as well as my Twitch at twitch.tv/SpiderRebel. Until then, we shall see you in the next video. Bye bye and peace out.